This is the Honda Civic FK8 Type R, and believe it or not, it was once the most criticized car of its time when it first launched, but there's actually more to it than just that. So in today's video, I'm going to explain to you guys what this car is all about and why people started loving this car over time. Okay, and if you are planning to buy one of this car, you should. Alright, so without further ado, let's go. Alright, just before I talk about the FK8 Type R, firstly, huge thanks to Gold Car Import for allowing me to film this car right here and check out the new facility. So this is basically a brand new showroom. You can see it's absolutely huge. You got this glass, it's air conditioned inside, you got very nice lighting, all the cars beautifully presented inside, and then you can see this very beautiful tree here as well as part of the design. Yeah, Mother Nature, nice. So just to give you a quick recap of this car, I assume many of you already know what this car actually is. So this one is basically a 6th generation Honda Civic Type R. Okay, so basically you got the EK9, you got the EP3, you got the FN2, the FD2, FK2, and finally this, the FK8 Type R. But at the time of filming this is actually not the latest Type R. There's actually one more, which is the FL5. But a lot of people prefer this because the looks is so dramatic, it's so nice. Now speaking about looks itself, right? So this one, remember I said it was once the most criticized car because of the way it looks. So this one is obviously based on the 10th generation normal Honda Civic. So for example, you can see the lights, right? The tail lights are all resembles from the normal Civic itself, but this one you can see is flat out. You got a lot of huge body kit, okay? But a lot of people don't like the design of it because it's too much, it's too dramatic. But for me, that's what a Type R is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a ricer, but this one, to say it's a ricer is actually not, because don't forget that this car was actually once the fastest front-wheel drive car on the Nürburgring itself. They got a record right there. The first reason, right, you should buy this car is the styling itself. So the styling, you can see, it's really aggressive, and in person, right, the car actually looks really wide. Okay, so for example, you take a look at this hood right here. So this hood is functional. Okay, I know there are a lot of fake vents around, but first let's talk about the functional bits. So for example, this hood scoop basically air when you travel, it goes inside and to cool the engine itself. So this car is powered by 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine which produces 310 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. Now that's a lot for an engine that small, okay? And this car can go from 0 to 100 in just 5.8 seconds. That's unbelievable. Okay, so the styling you can see in front, you got this gloss black surround, the grille, okay, around there you can see the Type R badge. And then this one, you know, if it's a Type R, the badge is actually red in color. Then you got this extended front splitter which is finished in this carbon fiber finish. You got this red color accents that goes around as well. Really cool. And then the bottom, you can see the intercooler, basically to maximize the amount of airflow to cool the engine itself when you're traveling, when you're pushing this car very hard. And then for here, example here as well, you can see this one. Okay, so this one basically air actually enters and goes towards the side of the car, or for aerodynamics. Yeah, this car is actually pretty functional. Now a lot of people don't like this car because of all these bits. You can see these plates here. This one is actually all fake. This one is all just for cosmetic. You can see the air actually doesn't come through here. Yeah, so this one is cosmetic. And then you hit towards the back, right? You can see this one. You can see this flared out arch. Yeah, this one actually gives the car stance, which I personally think is nice, because imagine that you don't have this piece, right? It looks very skinny. This one actually just gives you the extra whiteness, okay, if it makes sense. And then the back here as well, you can see this one, right? This one is more like a hatchback style instead of the sedan one. And then you also have this right here. Now this one, initially people think like it's for show, right? It looks very ugly, but this one actually has a purpose. So this is actually the vortex generator. Basically what happens, right, when you're traveling at high speed, right, this one actually creates the vortex. So when it's once it creates vortex, right, they actually go towards the rear wing and to create downforce. So yeah, this one is actually very effective. Just check out this rear wing. It's absolutely huge. You check out the lights. So this one is like the normal 10th generation light, but this one is smoked. Okay, you got the Type R badge right there. And then the bottom right here, or just before that, you can see here, right, this piece is actually a spoiler as well. You can see the spoiler. See, there's actually a hole underneath that goes out from here. So air actually goes underneath. So there's basically 2 deck spoiler. You got one here spoiler, you got another wing right here. Yeah, to maximize the downforce itself. To the bottom right here, now this one is famous as well. You got a 3 outlet exhaust tips. So basically the middle one is the muffler, if I'm not mistaken, and these 2 are the exhaust. So this one is all to do with efficiency as well. This one at low speed, when you're traveling normally, right, won't produce a droning noise. So basically this car is actually daily drivable. It's actually really clever how they did this. At low speed when you're traveling, right, when it goes out from this one, the middle one, at higher speed it actually splits and goes from these 2 to give you the louder noise. Yeah, which is really interesting. Okay, yeah, the back also you can see you got this very dramatic diffuser itself. But yeah, I think it suits the Type R really well. Another reason why you should buy the Civic Type R is because of the interior itself. So if I were to open the door, right, just take a look and feast your eyes at how wild the interior is. Take a look at that. Now this car, like I said, is not suitable for those who are into minimalistic design or conservative design. This one is very showy, it's out there, and that's what I think the ethos or essence of the Type R should be, okay, is to show off and have a lot of weight, as much weight as possible, letting you know that you're not sitting in an ordinary Civic, you're sitting in a Type R. Okay, it's a big deal right there. Okay, so for example, just take a look at the seats. It looks absolutely beautiful. So you got this two-tone, you got black here, then you got the Alcantara leather here, you got the Type R embroidery, you got two holes because this is the racing seat. So you can see the huge side bowstring, because this car, we know that it excels well when you corner very hard. It's very stable, so you need this so that your body doesn't go left and right. Okay, so it keeps you planted, the car planted, and you planted inside the seat as well. Okay, so for example, you see this one is all finished in red as well. The logo is red. You got this carbon fiber piece that runs around across the entire dashboard. Right, you got this red color accents as well. Same goes for here. Okay, but one cool thing about this, right, is as much driver focused as this car is, right, this car, you don't forget, it actually has a back seat as well. So that shows how practical this car is. Remember, John Cena said this is his daily driver because it's so practical. Basically, you can fit 3% behind, you can enjoy yourself in front, and then at the back, right, you can store a lot of stuff for your luggage. You can go for long trip, long distance journey. Yeah, practicality, definitely you have it here. Okay, you can fit your friends and enjoy with you. All right, now let's sit inside the car and start the car and show you the interior itself. Okay, so foot on the clutch and just press this button right here to start it up. Yeah. All right, now let's just close the door for the moment. Now the interior here, obviously you can see, is based on the 10th generation Civic, so everything else is mostly the same, just that you got these red color bits here and there. But obviously this one is not about the design. This one is actually more towards the driving itself, because the driving pleasure this car gives you, right, when you corner hard, and it's the amount of, it has 400 Newton meters of torque, right? This car is actually really powerful and really quick. Yeah, it's really nice inside here. You can see the interior. Yeah, everything here just works. Okay, obviously you have this right here, so this is another selling point of this car, and why you should buy this is because it comes with this 6-speed close gear ratio manual. So basically you can see, right, I shift, it just, the travel is very short. You can see it's a short throw. Yeah, and it's very nice. This one, you can see it's a fully aluminium metal piece. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Okay, then bottom here you can see you also got a mode right here. You got comfort, you got normal, and you got R. So if you go to R, right, what happens is if you go up, everything turns red, right? Then you got sport, you got comfort. Yeah, this one's if you're daily driving, you can just use this right here. Okay, you got a Type R badge right here, and then this is telling you the unit number for this particular car is. Okay, you got parking brake, brake hole. Yeah, this car is absolutely beautiful. Okay, now I know a lot of people don't really like this car because, yeah, this car you can see, it's like for the kids, like for those who like to go fast. Yeah, but this car, if you're really a Type R lover, right, and you know what you're in, right, this car, yeah, it's definitely a dream car. Okay, so I've already mentioned to you guys the 3 reasons why you should buy this car. So firstly will be the overall styling itself, the exterior styling. Now I know it's slightly controversial, but to me I absolutely love how the exterior looks. The second would be the interior design of how red it is how wild this interior is, just like what a Type R should be. I feel this is really nice. A real Type R enthusiast will actually enjoy this. Alright, then number 3 would definitely be the performance, and also having this 6-speed manual transmission. This is like something really rare. Now it's a dying breed, so hashtag save the manual. And to have this is really a delight, and this is actually, I think, the main selling point of the Type R itself, because if it's a Type R and it's not manual, right, it's not a Type R, right? Okay, so this one, for me, the power, so this one 300 Newton meters, 400 Newton meters of torque and 310 horsepower, right? To me, is more than enough. This car is really sufficient. So I've actually driven this car, and I can say this car is so planted, and it's more power than you actually need. Okay, so it's more than enough. So the last reason why I think you should buy this car is obviously the most important one, the reliability of this car itself, because we all know Honda is actually really reliable. So you don't have to worry about anything. But if anything do happen, right, anything do break down, you don't have to worry, because Honda, their parts all around, everywhere, plentiful. So yeah, it's not that expensive to replace, right? Just like, it's not like a BMW or Mercedes, which costs a lot and takes a long time. Whereas this one, it's an easy fix. You can find it anywhere, okay? Because Honda is all around. You got a lot of FK8 Type Rs around as well. Now, I know some of you guys think that this car new is really expensive. That is what a lot of people are going for recon cars nowadays. Like for example, I'm here at Gold Car. This car is actually sold Alright, so this car only has 8,000 kilometers. Okay, and the price you're paying for this one, I'm not sure how much it costs, but I'm pretty sure it's worth it. Alright, so this car is, yeah, it's not that expensive. Let's say I would assume this is about 200 something thousand, 250,000 around there, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, for that price, right, you can't really find any other car that gives you the driving performance this car offers, the grip, the looks, the practicality you have extra seats behind to fit your family, so this one can be a family car, and also a huge boot space behind. Yeah, what else can you ask for, right? Yeah, that is why I feel that if you're planning to buy a Civic Type R, this is it. All right, and yeah, I think that's about it. So hopefully you find it informative of me reviewing this car itself. Huge thanks to Gold Car Import again for allowing me to film this car. If you enjoyed, please remember to like, subscribe, and share with friends, and I shall catch you guys next time. Ciao!